Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jolie and I have recently started a cleaning slash decluttering my entire house series on my channel. So if that is something that you are interested in, maybe you just like to watch these types of videos, or maybe you need help with decluttering your home or need ideas or helpful tips and tricks, I would love if you would join my channel by subscribing. And don't forget to like this video and leave a comment. But we're just going to get started right here in my bedroom. Like I talked about in my last video, I don't have too much in my actual bedroom to declutter. I keep things pretty minimal as it is, but there are definitely things that we will be getting rid of and decluttering. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. This is my bedroom. So I keep things pretty minimal and clean as it is, but like I said before, there's some things under my bed that I want to get rid of. There's some things in my nightstand, some things in my actual dresser. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so one of the areas that we kind of put stuff under, really there's not a lot under here, but it is under the bed. Like I said, we live in a 1,500 square foot home. We don't have a whole lot of additional space. Every square foot of this home we use. So let's go ahead and get some stuff out from under the bed. We've got our pack and play. We are going to be getting rid of this, donating. We don't need it anymore. Our daughter, our youngest, is 1.5, and to be honest, she's actually never slept in a pack and play, so why hold on to it? Another thing is my pregnancy huge pillow. I am going to miss this thing so much, but to be honest with you, we're done having kids, so I don't need this anymore. And I've actually held on to it, you know, for a while, because for a while I didn't know for sure if we were completely done having kids, but we've made that decision that we are good with our family of 4. So it's really not necessary to hold on to this anymore. I know a lot of people have a hard time getting rid of things because they have paid money for these items. You know, this pregnancy pillow, to be honest, like I didn't use it for that long and it was a little on the expensive side. It was very needed, it was very necessary at the time, and so I've just been kind of holding on to it because I'm like, man, you know, I did spend a lot of money on that, but to be honest, it's just taking up space and I'm not using it. I'm never gonna use it. So it's like, it's honestly, it's just sitting here, and my money, I'm not getting my money back either way if I keep it here and never use it or get rid of it. So honestly, it's time to get rid of it. Okay, last thing that I had under my bed. Like I told you guys, we don't have a lot of things, but we have some things. This is a castor oil pack. To be honest, I got suckered into buying it from an influencer. I used it once. I didn't think it really made a difference. I'm actually just gonna throw this away. I don't think that this can be repurposed. I don't think anybody is really gonna wanna buy this, or I don't know, I guess maybe I could donate it. I don't know, what do you think I should do? Leave it in the comments below. All I know is that it already feels so much better to get rid of these 3 items that were under my bed. Okay, I just went ahead and took the pack and play and the pregnancy pillow. I actually just threw the castor oil pack away, but the pack and play and the pregnancy pillow, I'm actually gonna go ahead and donate. There is a local women's shelter where I live that you can just donate to. I personally think it's better than taking your items to Goodwill, because then young moms or maybe families that just really can't afford it, they can go to the shelter and get these items for free. So that's what I've done with like all of our baby stuff that we have gotten rid of already. So that's what I'm gonna do with those items. But it already feels so much better just knowing, hey, I've already gotten rid of, you know, things that we haven't used in, to be honest, years or ever at all. That's amazing. I love that feeling. It's such a good feeling to get rid of stuff. So let's go ahead and move over to my nightstand and we'll see what's in there. Welcome to my nightstand. Oh, side note, I am only going to be going through my things. Well, I'm not getting rid of or going through any of my husband's things. He actually doesn't really have a lot, which is why we get along so well. He isn't like in any way a hoarder. He doesn't have a lot of things, and he also likes to keep things minimal and organized and clean. Thank God. That's what I ended up with. But let's go ahead and just get right into my nightstand. So here I just have a couple of pictures, a little light, and then like a little jewelry / ring holder. I'm not going to get rid of those. I love them. I'm not one of those people who doesn't keep like pictures of their kids around. Like, I love having pictures of my girls and my husband and just like our family photos around the house. I see like other influencers online and I'm like, where are all the pictures of your family? But that's a whole other subject. But anyway, so it is what it is. Like, I have them. Okay, so the first things first is let's go ahead and start in the bottom drawer, just because there's not a whole lot in this. So actually in my bottom drawer I have this other well, it's a tripod actually, and I just bought a new one because I needed a ring light specifically to start making these videos. So I'm actually, I don't know, I kind of go back and forth between like trying to sell things because I don't have the best luck, but I might actually try to sell this. Otherwise, I'm going to actually put it in, I've got a box right over here. I'm going to put it in a box that I can take to donate, but since I've got a new one, I just don't have the need to actually have two. So I figured I'm not going to hold on to it. Yeah, I paid for it and I just actually recently bought it within probably the last 6 months, but I've got this new one now, and I am just not a person who likes to keep on to things, you know, duplicate things. So this one is going in the donate pile. And then the rest of what's in here is I've got a whole lot of books. To be honest, books are what I struggle the most with as far as getting rid of. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but I like hold on to books. I think it's because I just find them very purposeful. Like, you can constantly go back and read them. And I also have this other issue where I buy a book and then I maybe read a few chapters and then I'm on to the next book. I have a really hard time finishing books, but what I want to do is, I probably have like in here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, roughly 10 books in here that I'm not going to get rid of. Like I said, I just cannot get rid of books because I think that they're so beneficial if you want to go back and reread them or finish reading them. I think that books are an investment, and for some reason I just cannot get rid of them. I am actually just going to keep as is. I have a little artwork from my daughter, so I will put that in an artwork bin that we have, but I am going to be keeping these, and actually maybe I will put them, well, like this book for instance, this is a perfect book, Your Pregnancy Week by Week. This I am gonna donate. I don't need that book anymore. The rest of these, I just think, like, I buy books that are like self-help books, like things like that you can really like go back and utilize the information and reread them if you need to. So I am just going to keep these in here for right now. I do have another box of books. Again, it's just one box. Like, I do have quite a lot of books, but like it would be my dream someday to be able to like have some sort of a library, or at least like a bookcase, and then display all of my books on there. So for now, I'm just not going to get rid of these. Actually, one of the last items that I have under my bed is a laptop, and I've been meaning to put this laptop in a better spot besides just under my bed. So I'm actually going to, now that I have a little bit extra room in here, I'm actually going to put it in this drawer so it's just in a better spot and it's easier to access. Okay, and last but not least is going to be the top drawer of my nightstand. I'm actually a little bit nervous because I I don't really quite know what is all in here, so let's just go ahead and go through it, see what we can get rid of, see what we can donate or toss. I've got a lot of cords in here. So I have this. This is something that I use almost every single night, so it's my red light mask therapy. My whole family loves when I do my red light therapy, but this, like I said, I keep it right here in my nightstand because I need it close. I use it, like I said, almost every night. I do a little bit of self-care. I do about 20 minutes of my red light therapy. That I need. I have so many cords in here. I need to get some sort of like an organizational thing for all of the cords and chargers and whatnot that I have. If you have any tips or recommendations for that, leave a comment below, let me know. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is just take everything out. These are pins that I keep for a bulletin board that we have, so I'm keeping those. This is a little cross decor that I keep in my nightstand just because. And then I have some artwork from my daughter that has just honestly kind of been thrown in here, and I do want to keep some of this, so I'll go through it and then I'm going to put it in. I have a box actually in my daughter's closet for like artwork, keepsakes, things like that that maybe she'll want when she's older, so I'm gonna go through that and put those in there. And I have my headphones, and I use these every single week when I take my oldest to gymnastics. I am there for an hour. I just use my headphones. Also, I use them when I clean, so those are great to have and to keep. Those I'm keeping. I have my Apple Watch charger. These tools for a little trampoline that I have. I'm never going to use these. I know for a fact. I'm actually just going to toss these. It came with, you know, some like extra bungee, little bungee cords for, I have a rebounder, like a little jumper trampoline for working out. I know that I'm never going to use these. I'm just going to throw these away. I don't need them. I have a little Vicks Vapo stick. I'm keeping this. That's always good to have in your nightstand, along with Vicks Vapo Rub. I keep those in my nightstand just so they're easy to access. I have this Dr. Teal's lotion. I haven't used this in years. I'm tossing this. I have a Sharpie. I'm actually going to put this in my daughter's room. This is my daughter's, so I'm just going to put it in her room, in its spot where it goes. I have a little thermometer. I've actually used this maybe once when my baby was, well, a baby, when my youngest was a little baby. Haven't used it since. We already have a thermometer that works really well. This is going to be something I'm just tossing. I don't like having duplicates of things. Then I've got a whole bunch of other cords. So I'm actually going to go through these to see what I even need these for, because like I said, I don't need a duplicate. So this is actually a phone charger. So that I need obviously to charge my phone. This is for we have like a Sensi thing to charge. It's by the brand Sentiment, that we need. And again, another cell phone charger. Usually, like I said, I don't like having duplicates of things, but cell phone chargers, I will have duplicates of those. A pen in here. I actually need to put this in my purse. I have some essential oil. There's nothing in here. I'm just throwing this away. I have a back scratcher that my husband got me for my birthday. This is a must. This goes in the nightstand so I can use it when I am in bed. And then I also have a few different books that I keep. These are ones that I'm currently reading. I know it's a lot, but that's why they're in here, right up here, because I am currently reading those. So those will just stay in there. Okay, so now that I've got everything out, I'm just gonna neatly put everything back in, and it just feels so good in my heart and my mind and my soul knowing that everything that is now in my nightstand is everything that I actually am currently using. I love that there's no extra anything in there. That's such a good feeling. So all of my chargers I'm putting just right back in here neatly. Like I said, if you know of any sort of like an organization tool that will neatly keep your chargers, like, let me know. Leave me a comment. I'm sure there is. I'll have to look on Amazon. Putting my Vicks Vapo Rub back in here. my little tacks for our bulletin board, my little cross that I sleep next to, my headphones, and my red light therapy mask right back in there, and it looks so good. I love it. So that is all I have then in my nightstand. It looks so nice. I'm so happy with it. And then again, the bottom drawer, I've got my books that I can't get rid of, and then my laptop. And then the next thing that I do have is this little dish here of jewelry. So I have these little clips that they're actually really cute. They're little clips that you just clip onto your shoe for like holiday. I am going to be keeping those. I have earrings in here that I use. These are just like different earrings and different little perfumes. Actually, this perfume is completely gone. Sometimes it's just a matter of going through things. This one I still have a little bit in. So again, this is just like my usual things that I use and wear. So this, I'm not getting rid of anything. I'll get rid of this because it's gone, it's empty. That's why it's nice to just like declutter and just go through your things, because it's like, oh, I had a little thing of perfume. It's empty, it's gone. Why am I still holding on to it? So I'm gonna go throw this away. Okay, and then I did want to show over here, I do have just a little work bag. If I ever go into the office, I put all of my work essentials in there, like my laptop, things like that. So that is staying there. Hopefully once I get to my closet and declutter that, I can just go ahead and, you know, find a spot for it. But for now, that's where it goes. Okay, and then lastly, we're almost done with my actual bedroom. Like I said, not a whole lot to actually declutter, which is really nice, but it already feels so good knowing that I got rid of all of the unnecessary crap under my bed and in my nightstand. Last thing we're gonna do is actually just go through my my dresser, my clothes in here, which really isn't a lot, and see what I can get rid of. I know there's things in here that I haven't worn in years, so let's just go ahead and get into it. And we're also going to be just kind of doing a little bit of organizing. So this, I have like a little nightie that I haven't worn in years. I'm actually going to get rid of this because I actually bought this when I was pregnant, and so I'm going to be donating this. This goes in the donate pile. It is too big for me, so that goes over there. Perfect. And I'm gonna go buy clothes one by one to see if they still fit, if I still use them. This is my base layer for ice fishing, so this I am keeping. This shirt I haven't worn in 2 years. I am going to donate this. Like I said, I am very serious about decluttering and getting rid of things that just don't serve me a purpose anymore in 2025. These tights, I've never worn them. Donating. These tights, I have 2 of them. They're the exact same. I'm going to donate one. I have actually worn these before, so I will keep one. They're good for ice fishing for me, but this is also a good practice to do this every once in a while, just to kind of like go through your clothes. More tights. I've never worn them. I'm never going to. To go through your things, because that really is going to also help you in the future from buying things that you're like, oh, maybe I will use this at some point, or maybe I'll wear this at some point, but then you just don't. So it really helps me anyways from in the future from buying things. This is just a plain black shirt. I wear this every week, so I'm keeping that. Some leggings. Fun fact, I actually only have 3 pairs of leggings. These ones I'm keeping. And then I have a bunch of socks. So let's go through them and see which ones I can get rid of. I do like to have some long pairs of socks for when we go ice fishing, so those I'm keeping. I have jump socks from Sky Zone. Like, we do not need all of these. I'm going to be getting rid of these ones. More socks. Tossing those. I'll never wear them. These socks, not wearing these ever. I'm tossing those. Again, if you haven't worn anything, if you haven't worn it in a year or 2 years, like, it's time to get rid of it. Throw it away, donate it, get rid of it. Stop holding on to things. And then the rest of my socks I wear for working out, tennis shoes, things like that. That's that drawer. That feels good. This drawer is a whole other story. What I'm gonna do again is just these are the clothes that I wear a lot. So I'm gonna go through one by one and just fold them, make sure that I still like them, that they still fit, and that I still actually want to keep and hold on to them. Most of the clothes in here I already know are going to be pieces that I still wear, but I'm sure there's going to be a shirt in here that I have decided I don't ever want to wear that again, or I'll find a shirt that I haven't worn in years that I will be able to get rid of. Oh, this right here, this, and there's matching shorts. I wore this once. I got sucked into a TikTok shop buy. I wore it once. I actually don't like this. I'm donating. Totally forgot those were even in there. I have my workout shorts. I only have 2 pair of workout shorts, fun fact, because 2 is all I need. I feel like you really don't need, these are biker short. I'm getting rid of these. I don't like these. I wanted to be a biker short girl and I can't do it. My thighs are too thick. I'm getting rid of them. So got rid of those. This is just another pair of my workout shorts. So there, 2 is all we need. This shirt I'm getting rid of. Haven't worn this in almost 4 years. That's crazy. I am not holding on to that. More shirts that I actually wear on a regular basis. So we're just folding those nicely. Here are my other base layer for when we go ice fishing. This shirt, donating. Haven't worn it in 2 years. Oh, completely forgot about this shirt. Love this shirt. And then I have swimsuits. That's fun. Let's go through those. Okay, then I'm just gonna put these right back in here nicely and neatly. Awesome. Okay, so swimsuits. Currently I have 1, 2, oh my gosh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I probably wear 3 of these. I know this straight off the bat I'm getting rid of. I haven't worn a 2-piece in a decade. Getting rid of that. This blue swimsuit I do wear. I really love this. Gorgeous. We're keeping that. And then I'm just actually gonna go through these. All of these I actually wore last summer, so I am keeping the ones that I wore last summer and only the ones that I wore last summer. Like I said, if you've worn it in the last 1 or 2 years, keep it. If you haven't though, there's no point in hanging on to it. Got rid of 2 swimsuits. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swimsuits. I think that's pretty good. And then my top drawer, of course, is like underwear and bras and things like that. I'll spare you. I'll go through that really quick myself. Okay, and just like that, we're done. It feels so much better in here. Like, it already just feels lighter. It feels so much better knowing, just like knowing there's always like a spot in the back of my mind where I'm like, ooh, I know there are things that I need to get rid of. I know that drawer has clutter in it. Always having that in the back of your mind, it's just not good. Like I said, I already feel so much better. This is amazing. I'm so happy that I decided to do this. If anything, it's helping me. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope that, you know, you will take some of my tips and tricks. Go through your bedroom this weekend. Like, start small. You don't have to think of decluttering as this big, huge project that's going to, you know, take you all day. Like, just start going room by room, and if even that feels too overwhelming, start drawer by drawer. I know that a lot of people have a really hard time letting go of things, but trust me, it's worth it. It feels so much better to just not have that, like I said, that mental block anymore in your mind. You need to just release, get rid of those things. So again, I really hope this helps. Next, we are going to tackle either my bathroom or my closet. My closet feels very overwhelming for me, so I may start with the next The next thing that I think will be easier, but it's just a step up from what I just did here in my bedroom, and which is my bathroom. I think I'm gonna do that next. Like I said, I don't want to overwhelm myself, so I'm starting small, working my way up to the big things. Maybe you can do the same. So I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you like to declutter, or if you are interested in these videos, or any tips and tricks you have for me. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video very soon. Bye.